Welcome back to our message from our Divine Compassionate Guides. Thank you again for joining me. Today I am going to pull from the Sacred Spirit Reading Cards by Anna Stark. And I hope today's message will help heal and serve you in the most appropriate way. So as you might have noticed, I pulled a 3-card spread because I've used these cards so much. I feel like I keep pulling up similar messages. So let's go into this in-depth message for today. We'll pull from where we're coming from, where we are, to where we're going to go. And we'll kind of look at it in that perspective. So let's find out what our message is from our guides for this beautiful day. So our first one, secret temptation, being led astray. So that's kind of the background, that's the history, that's where we're coming from. Currently, channel your knowledge, critical judgment, and where we're going. Open your intuition, seek clarification. Wow, so take a deep breath in as always. And as you exhale, just let yourself start to open up and get centered so we can dig into this message that we have been guided to today. And let's go into our first, the secret temptation. So here, being led astray. This is really about risk-taking is to be avoided. So where we're coming from, if that's been our past, temptations, things to let loose, being led into things that we're not supposed to, really aren't of our highest nature. This is warning, that's where we kind of came from. So maybe we've been tipping on it, maybe we've been in there. All isn't lost, but you must act and if you wish to improve your circumstances. So this is where we're coming from, is we're deciding to move past whatever's leading us astray. And then coming into channeling our knowledge, critical judgment. This is a time to see more clearly and really open up to those transmissions from our higher realms. So this one is feelings of being physically, mentally, or energetically blocked or stuck in areas of your life. So this can really overlap with your temptation. So whatever is leading you astray, is that really where we're blocked in? Is it a relationship? Is it work? These things that we need the action on. And we have to be ready to let go of these experiences so we can get into this open intuition. So we need to channel that deep knowledge, that deep understanding to move past our secret temptations. And then we can continue going forward. With a relaxed breath, you let your thoughts inspire you. Let them be the guide. The thoughts are what will either bring us back into our temptation, being led astray to the wrong place, or overcoming our thoughts to determine how we want to think, to bring us into our open intuition. So when we get to our open intuition here, it's our inner voice of our soul and opening our channels and trusting these signs so we won't be, again, led astray. And once we get those things open, this is one that they recommend that if you ever felt like you were actually being guided and that there was a force around you, this is that connection to that open intuition. We can have certain moments, like this one too, can be a near-death experience, or maybe whatever we've happened with our secret temptation created such an experience that this will help us open our tuition as we acknowledge the experience for what it is, so then we can come to that point where we can get that opening in our tuition. And right now we are being called to learn to decipher that internal guidance and trusting that we're not making it up. So whatever we internally know, is it true guidance? Or, often when we start trusting ourselves or want to start trusting ourselves, where we really struggle is that thought of, well, am I just making this up? And if you go with the intention that you want to follow your heart and follow your true instinct, and trusting that it is your instinct, trusting that you're not making it up. And you know what, even if you did make up 1% that wasn't maybe quite right, the more and more you dig into it, the less that's going to happen, the less you're going to be making up anything if you even did. Because we are intuitive beings. We're reawakening as a whole, like as a collective consciousness. We're going from the Kali Yuga stage, the lower dimensions of us being able to do things or limited things and limited perspective, very dumbed down, and we're now going to this Bronze Age, which we are now opening. So we've gotten thousands of years of getting smarter and smarter through this Bronze Age to the silver to the gold until we start the cycle again, where we start to degrade, going back to the silver, so not quite as smart, and then going back to the bronze. We're still smart, but not quite, and then back into the Kali Yuga. We're on the uprise, and everything keeps pointing to finding our intuition so we can be part of this new energy going forward in this new change, so we can manifest it. So, whatever that being led astray is, the guidance is first we have to acknowledge it, know it's even there, know that's right there holding on to it without going in that denial. And then we can use our knowledge and our critical judgment, trusting to see that with a clarity so we can release these secret temptations, be able to move past them and open our tuition so we can really see that clearly and know we're trusting that it's messages from divine, from the higher realms, from the higher energies. I hope today's message, as I said it before, helps, heals, and serves. It's really about tuning in and really trusting, which takes a daily practice to trust your instinct, trust that gut, trust that you're connected to a higher source, and that the higher source is here to support you if you are there to make the step forward or take it there. As always, have a beautiful day, and until tomorrow, Namaste.